Welcome back to A Record of My Father. Today, we're going to be talking about stuff. I recently have acquired a new chair. I'm very happy with this chair. I had this old chair. It was a children's recliner because I thought it was a normal recliner. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace from a woman that owned a
Not
spa
Timu.
in Ontario. I went out there, I picked it up. You can take the top off of it, like the backrest part. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to take the top off, throw it away, keep the base as an ottoman. What do you think?
What rhymes with loser?
That sounds like the equivalent of having rusted out cars in your front yard,
Yes,
but
it
it's in your
does.
bedroom. You know,
Very
I
much
think that
so.
that's kind of similar.
It does. It
It's a little.
you're definitely in the rusted out car zone.
I think I need three
Uh,
more chairs in here. I don't know. What do you think?
Meanwhile, the wife has gone through the attic and gotten rid of stuff. I mean, and a lifetime. I'm 66 years old. I've been collecting stuff since I got married. I was not allowed to bring anything over after we got married. I remember going through my closet.
I was not allowed to bring anything over after I got married. That's pretty funny. That's
Well,
pretty
she
good.
lived in a one bedroom condo. And when we moved in together, pre getting married, we moved in together and I had stuff, right? I had a bed, I had a lot of other stuff like that. And basically, I don't remember what I did with it. I think I had a fire sale or a burn or whatever the hell it was and
Wow.
put it away somewhere. I do not remember what I did with that. I'd have to ask her. But I remember looking in my clothes closet because I had every item that I'd ever had since I was 9 in my closet because I had this idea that when you looked in my closet, it was full because I wanted to pretend that I had a lot of stuff that you could wear. But I only wore like three things in there.
That's me now as
And
well. I
she
think,
and she was
yeah.
always saying like, you wear the same stained brown shorts and you got two collared shirts that you wear and you have one regular pullover t-shirt. Do you have anything else that you wear? And we go to the closet and it's like when we're moving and I'm packing up her car because she had a Acura that had a hatchback and I had the clothes and I was going and she's looking at them and she's pulling them out one by one, right? And she goes, this. And it was a hand me down from my uncle here that used to live in this house. His son, the cousin, and it had pit stains. I mean, literally brown pit stains. And she goes, "Are you ever going to wear this?" And I was like, "Well," she goes, "Well, you're not going to wear it with me." And I go, "No, probably not." How long have you had it? I don't know, 15 years maybe. And went through my closet and I ended up having like I had a full closet of hanging clothes and it was reduced to like 6 items. And then she was like, "We need to go shopping." So my stuff was shrunk dramatically, I mean, and I had a really nice bed. That was the one thing I had that was decent. Uh I think I got rid of that because I'm not I'm not connected to items. I used to be connected to one thing. I was connected to my coin collection because that was something that I grew over time. And I collected these all through my youth, and they were basically memories of times with uncles and quasi relatives and people that my mother slept with, and whatever the case. There were those.
Good episode.
And
Go check out episode, I think that's like 14 or something. Hungry Mother State Park.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
about that. Yeah,
yeah,
there
you
we go.
can you can you
That's
can
kind of
figure
crazy how
that
we can
out. But that guy gave me
reference
coins. He
numbers.
gave me
Wow.
he gave me international coins, which I thought was cool because I'd never had any. And I had a 1939 German shilling. Do you know what happened in 1939?
Yes.
Whatever. And it was like the Kaiser, whatever the hell his name was on the front. It wasn't Hitler at that point. It was somebody else. So, and I'd saved that. And I'd saved all these coins. Then, of course, we moved into that place. We moved into another place, and we were shedding stuff all along the way. And then I ended up somebody stole them from our house.
Somebody that
And
you knew.
well, yeah, that's the horrible thing. The horrible thing is the only object, non-animate object inanimate that I ever really connected with was was coins, and I'd collected all these. I mean, I collected the coins from, you know, my brother worked at Ed's Pizza Box, Ed Shelton, and every so often somebody would come in there and they played the pinball machine and he'd clean it out and then, you know, do the receipts at the end of the night when he was like 15. You know, it was funny. That's the one where he used to bring the subs home and say, and my mother would yell at him for why wouldn't he eat it at work? And he said, because it tasted better when he ate in front of us, because he was wonderful.
It really does, you know. I think it really
It does.
I agree.
I understand it, but that's where I learned how to bite half a sub in one bite, and that I think I made him cry. And that's what 4 years younger will do. We will say fuck you, and we will eat your sub. You taunt me, do not taunt the man.
I remember I was a big pin collector when I was a kid. I think
Well,
you
you
guys
still have.
you guys started doing
I was
that.
just showing this one here. You have another pen, the Explorers
But
Club.
I don't adamantly do it like I used to, because I think it
You have
was
a whole hat.
pseudo kind of supported by you guys. Not really pseudo. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it was fully supported
Well,
by
everywhere
you
I went.
guys first, because you were like, you're too young to remember things. So
Right.
we're gonna make a pin hat. And then the
Mhm.
pin hat got full. And then I think when I was around 14, we stopped doing it because the hat got full. And I think that
Yeah.
was pretty much it. And we never started like a second hat.
And we threw them in boxes and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it wasn't the same thing as having a hat that had, 150 pins on it.
Yeah, that
That
was
weighed
really
6
cool.
pounds. I think it's
Yeah.
still around here somewhere. I mean, it's in stuff. She
I'm
has
that
a
way with
box.
National Park t-shirts now.
Yeah.
T-shirts and fridge magnets. Fridge magnets I really like because
Right.
if you think about it, a fridge is like an unlimited hat. You can just put as many magnets on there as you want, I guess until a certain extent. But that's like 500 magnets, you know? That's a lot of magnets.
When I
Or a
when
thousand
I
magnets.
first when I first started to travel, I would always go when I go to cities, Dallas, Cincinnati, New York, wherever the hell else I went, California, LA, whatever. I would always go to the Hard Rock Cafe and I would buy a pink sweatshirt. And it would be like Dallas, and I dated somebody in Dallas. And then I dated somebody in Boston. I had Boston. And I dated somebody in New York. I had New York.
What was
I
your
was very-
order? What was your order
What?
at the Hard Rock Cafe? What did you order? What would you get?
If anything, I got a burger, but for the most part, I wouldn't eat there because it was really expensive. I just go in and buy the sweatshirt and leave.
Fair.
That was the whole thing. New York's was really cool. It had a Cadillac coming out of the front door. It looked like it crashed into the building. But they all had like, who is it? Johnny B. Good. What is it? Who is that?
Oh, Chuck Berry?
Yeah, Chuck Berry. They all had his guitar. They all had Jerry Lee Lewis's piano.
How do they
or
all
whatever.
have the same piano?
I know.
How do they all do that?
Because he must have signed 50 of them and they bought 30 of them or
Well,
something
they
like
probably
that.
did some sort of time machine thing where it pauses an inanimate object in time, and they copy and pasted it somehow. That's
I think they lied and cheated.
Oh, or
but
that.
that's
Yeah,
just me.
that also might work. I
know.
would say that would
I
work
don't-
as well.
There were not authentication certificates next to them, so who knows? But it was the idea. They had Elvis's Hawaiian outfit, where he wore the big white outfit and all that kind of stuff. And,
yeah, that's
the bloated drug man, and
Loaded
all
drug
that.
man died on the toilet. But at the
Right.
same time, I have looking now. I was folding my clothes for the first time in a while, and looking at my
I see
closet.
your closet door.
Yeah, you see it open. It's nice, and
Yeah,
I have so many T-shirts, so many I think it's 80% of my wardrobe is my T-shirts.
right.
It's crazy. It's bad. It's not good.
Do you have any underwear?
Not really. I think about like probably 20 pairs. I don't know, something like that.
20 pairs.
Something like that, yeah. People
I had,
keep
like,
buying them for
4.
me. I don't know. They keep buying them for me.
Yeah,
Like every
underwear.
Christmas, Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Every
kind of weird.
Christmas.
I mean, I understand a girlfriend giving you a gift like that, but
Yeah.
okay. So
Same
I know
with
what to get.
socks.
I know
Well,
what
as
to
soon
get
as
you
you
for
buy
Christmas.
a new pair of 25-pack socks, you find the other 25 you've been missing the whole time. And then you got like 80 socks. And that's what
I
my
know.
closet is socks and T-shirts.
We
Oh.
have a dresser drawer full of your crap here. I mean, not a drawer, but a whole dresser.
I
filled
looked
with
in there
clothes.
when I was back. It was only right socks though. It wasn't left socks. You know, it was only right. It wasn't left, and I that was kind of
Yeah.
upsetting to see because I think I
Yeah.
have all the left ones out here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Oh, you
But
just
I
got to
want to
throw them
test
away,
that
man.
theory. Well, that's what I got to do too. Well, I lost my sheets the other day because
Yeah.
like I don't know where they went. I don't know because I have one pair of sheets that I bought
Yeah.
recently because I was like, it's time to buy new sheets. And then I
Do you just
lost
throw
the.
away the old ones?
I think maybe that's what I did. I think that's what I did because I
Yeah.
don't know where they went, and I think I just subconsciously was like, you know what? I've had these since college. It might be time. It might be
Were
time.
they were they were they hard?
How'd you know? But yeah.
That's when that's when you're into the trash mode of like what. It's funny when you go through your stuff and you want to get rid of it, and it's like everybody has things. And it's like I look on my desk and I have I have a little Buddha that I got from China, and I have a mask from Chile, and I have a window box from Guatemala. I have one from Ecuador. I have a shield from Africa from the Maasai. I have the spear from Maasai. I have the goat herders from Kenya, the whatever that wood stick is. I think about the different things that I've kept. I have 2 bottles of bourbon unopened. Jose
Those are
gave
still
to me.
unopened.
They're still unopened. I mean, I was
Is
going to
that
drill
from
a
Africa?
no, no. What it is after we climbed Kilimanjaro, Jose bought me a bottle of Maker's Mark with the date that we summited and my name on it.
I forgot that he bought
And
this.
it
I thought they
said
were just
climb
giving it to you.
Kilimanjaro 7 to
Yeah,
8 06.
yeah.
And and then he gives me the bottle of Maker's Mark. And I remember I was in a pinch because it was late at night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going, hey, does it matter if I drink the bourbon? And he goes, well, of course you can drink the bourbon, but then the bottle doesn't really mean anything.
Then it's
And I
just a
was like,
bottle. Yeah.
yeah, that's when I put the bottle down. My dad used to get those fancy bottles from his brother, who would bring them down from Massachusetts, and they were like the decorative bottles of cheap scotch or cheap bourbon, whatever the hell it was. And he would immediately open them up and drink all the bourbon, and then we would keep them for a while. And then you're like, what?
It's just a bottle, you know.
It's just a bottle,
Well, that
It's
was
a
like
decorative bottle.
one of the roommates I had in college used to collect every single liquor bottle he ever drank.
And
And
old cigarette butts. I remember that
oh yeah, where do you put those? I don't
on
remember
the
that.
floor.
Oh, that's nice. That's what you got
I
to do.
remember I was like,
I don't know
this.
how we never got like fined for anything because I
Yeah.
remember many times people would smoke cigarettes in the apartment
Yep.
and it didn't really matter. I don't know.
And they
Like,
would put them out on the floor
yeah, pretty
because
much.
I was like, that is a level of pigginess that was beyond me.
But what's weird
Because I smoked
too?
cigarettes, but I would flip them out the window, and there would be a pile in the backyard like 2 feet high,
Well,
and that was okay.
I remember when he got evicted though.
Yeah.
He had been using all of my cookware, and
Yeah.
I had to dig it out of the trash and wash it, which was nice because his parents were just such great people.
Yeah.
And then I had to throw away. I think it
Were
was
they
like,
POSs?
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I had to
okay.
throw away 200 liquor bottles, I think, which took forever.
Yeah.
You ever put like even just 25 liquor bottles in a trash can? It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah.
So, and we
Yeah.
lived in the middle of the building, so I had to walk out
Yeah.
several times because then the guy that it was so funny. He was a male nurse, moved in. He was like I think 48, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Wait, is this student living?" I'm like, "How did you not know that before you signed a year
Mhm.
lease on this place? Like, how did you not know that? It literally says student living on the front of it."
Yeah.
I digest, but yeah. So then that guy lived there, and then I left, and then he wanted like half off rent when he moved in, and then I think I was like, "No, you're not getting half off rent."
What What about
That guy was interesting.
when you think about stuff? What do you have from in your room right now or in your abode? What do you have from your childhood?
Way too much stuff. You know, I
For
have this
instance,
lighter that I stole from a hoarder when I was 12. I have that.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. That's the one thing that I care about from my childhood.
I have a
Um,
lighter that I stole from a hoarder. Okay, that's
I don't really
impressive.
have things like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
have this one thing that I made where this
hmm
woman from Mongolia gave me this
yeah,
postcard and it's written in Mongolian. I can't read it.
But
but
that's just
it's two
that's something recent.
it's $2 and then I went to a framer
Yeah.
who's a good friend of mine. His name is also Phil, funny enough.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about
It's not
earlier.
spelled the same, is it? It's mine's
F-I.
Fill.
Yeah, yeah.
How's his spelled?
Well, that's what you know. What's funny is every time I say your first name, oh, I think we were just talking about this. I can count, I think, on one hand how many times I've said your first name because I always call
Really?
you Dad. I don't call you
Yeah.
Phil. You know, now it's six actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I don't have that. No, I
I
don't
think that
really
would be
have
weird.
anything from my childhood. That's weird. Every time that
Yeah.
somebody's called their parents by the first name, like you don't respect them. You were
Yeah.
raised incorrectly. That
I
is
don't know why
wrong.
that is, and but I have had friends of yours call me by my first name, and I always felt like
When you're adults, it makes sense. I think that's
even
fine.
then,
It's still
I don't
weird
think,
though. It's still strange. Yeah.
well, they call me Zach's dad,
Oh, okay.
which I'm like, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or all my nieces and nephews, most of them call me Uncle Phil,
Mm.
because I'm the crazy guy. I'm the one that's fun. Although I wasn't fun at the last wedding, I found that proximity to the party is more important than quiet and happiness, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
I
fair.
was good,
Yeah, you were. So,
but I probably wasn't good as a party person because most weddings I go to, I am the lead drunk who drags people out until I shut everybody down, and then they all go to bed, and then except for the ones that are doing ketamine and speed and stuff like that, I can't keep up with them. I let them continue to go, and then I go to bed, and you know, and I don't do that. I don't do it anymore. I did it when I was a kid. And I'm no
mhm.
longer a kid, and I have this idea that 66, I want to live past 67. So that's
There's something
been
though that
there,
I've realized in
been there, done that.
sobriety that
Yeah,
you're living for today instead of tomorrow.
right,
And every time that you think that you're making a memory when with something that's alcohol fueled and that you're probably going to remember a quarter of,
right.
I mean, is it the same as waking up tomorrow and feeling fresh? I don't know. I don't know. What is celebration? What is a party? I don't know.
Well, we're thinking about items that we keep.
Mass
Look at
on the
that.
mall.
That's from 1979, October 7th. That's when Popey Pope was there. I don't know what his name
Pope
is.
Benedict or whatever his name is.
No, long before Benedict. This guy, he's crowd dispersal. They don't have his name. They have a bunch of hymns that 10,000 people sang. I remember we were walking down the street and people were selling holy water on that. It's so funny.
That's cool.
And so we had bought KFC and we were eating KFC out there. And so I started saying chicken bones from the last dinner. Yeah, we were those people. We were the people that you can't take to places like that because we're bad. We just call it outright for the bullshit that it is or that we believe it is. So that's the way it is. But we think about all the different objects. I look at the different things that are just sitting on the desk here that we keep that have some memory to us. And it's like I look on my shelves. On my shelves, I have taken half the stuff off. A lot of the stuff that I used to have for the global securities information, people call me up. Oh, I can't get rid of this. It's the cutter that you gave me in 1994. And I'm like, okay. Uh, shot glasses. There's GSI shot glasses. There's wine glasses. There are rulers. Just a myriad of marketing tchotchkes. Used to buy all these and give them out at shows, and a lot of librarians, the ones that are retired, still have them, and they're going through their attics, and they're like, "What is this happy horse shit?" And so they contact me and say, "Do you want this back?" And I'm like, "No." I'm trying to get. I still have a a roll up GSI uh, tarp that I had when we climbed Machu Picchu, and I have a picture of me holding it at the top of the not at the top. We were doing the Inca Trail when we went through the Sun Gates. We went through there. We took a picture of that. I've got subsequently gotten rid of that. I mean, I don't. I want to. I like memories, and when I think about the memories that I have today for all the different things, so much of it is captured in photos. and this is my memory vehicle right now as I take pictures, and I have thousands of pictures, and people are like, why are you always taking pictures? And it's like, because when people say, well, what did you do? Where have you been? And I'm like, I don't know, and then I find out that, oh, I was in Frederick and I went to a wedding. Oh, before Frederick, I was in Buenos Aires and I was in Iguazu Falls, and then before that, I was in. And so my keepsakes are those photos. And every so often, when I'm bored, I'll look back, or someone will say, "What'd you do?" And I mean, if I ask you, "What did you do for the last 6 months?" What would you say?
Look through the photos, you know?
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
go and you
do.
go, "Oh, we went to Moab. We climbed Arches. We went to Arches
When
National
was that? Was
Park
that
and we went to
last
the
October?
Arch."
That was last October, right?
No, I think it was in the spring. I don't know. Something like that. Who
It was
remembers?
2025 though, right? Yeah.
No, it was like last week, I think.
Yeah, it was like yesterday.
Yeah.
But what was the thing? Well, you know what I forgot about? When I drove from Virginia all the way down to New Orleans and then up to
Yeah.
Arizona in
Whoa.
2020,
Whoa.
I forgot that I took like 3 rolls of film there.
Yeah.
Because in my room, there's all these photos. I'm like, where are these from? And then I looked back at them and I'm like, oh, I forgot. And it's kind of interesting because there were photos of Bourbon Street. Looks completely different than it
Yeah.
does today. I don't know
Yep.
why. Like,
But
I
we
don't know.
went
It's very
there.
different.
That's where we went last. Was New Orleans for Fat Tuesday in February 17th,
Yeah, that was
18th,
cool.
19th.
That
Yeah.
was a good time.
But it's a memory that that do I have anything from it? I think remember we had all the necklaces and all that kind of stuff like
I
that.
still
And
have the toothbrush right here.
yeah, I
See?
was running around yelling at people, show us, I was saying, no one's yelling, show us your boobs, right?
There was
Because
no
that was like
nudity really at all.
none. So I went around and was raising my shirt, trying to get people to throw me beads, and people would throw me beads when I showed my boobs. So remember,
It's a
if
nice
you need to
toothbrush,
get
isn't it?
beads, you got to show your boobs, right? And they were giving me beads to lower my shirt.
I have plain sick. Whatever happened to the hantavirus, you know? Whatever happened to that?
I think you got it. Maybe
Went
that's
away
it.
pretty quickly. It went away
Yeah.
really quickly though, you know?
Well, there's now there's Ebola, and there's a massive. I mean, there's a really bad flu in the spring. One of those had that, but it's a matter of what kind of stuff. Think about other stuff. Do you have any? I know people that have cars that they've had for 25 years,
Yeah, Jeff
and
does.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a big part of their life, and it connects them to whatever it connects them to. I don't know, and they still drive them and drive them every day, and that's their thing. Whereas I don't. I don't want a car that doesn't have electric windows. I don't want a car that doesn't have a great chassis and a great suspension system, because I'm fat and lazy and I like comfort. And I want an air conditioner that basically puts an icicle on my eyelids. That's what I want.
I do like an
Uh,
air conditioner.
those kind of things are in the new cars. I don't like the whole tracking thing. I just saw recently where
Yeah,
they
that's
have,
getting weird
where people have, a camera in the latest
nationwide.
electric BMW. There's a bullet camera over your head.
Strange.
What the? I mean,
Well, people have been
really?
talking about those
I want to
security
have sex in my
cameras.
car. I do not want it filmed. And I
People have
think
been
if you put it
talking
online,
about
people are going to be like, that's disgusting.
the
So,
security cameras that are in your house. You know, they're a third party manufacturer,
yeah.
and how anybody can really have
Ring.
access to those. Isn't that interesting?
Well, I
Not
think
just
Ring
Ring,
is the
but
same
also
way.
a lot of the other ones too.
Well, they're talking in Florida. They're putting up they're called Flocks cameras everywhere on the
Oh, wow.
streets. So they're videotaping everything. And
Why?
and the UK, they're kind of used to the CCTV anywhere. Like, hey,
Every single place. Yeah.
yeah, there's a TV, and people are accustomed to it. But in here, we're not. We had a big
Yeah.
stink over whether or not you
Surveillance.
could give people tickets. I think if you're going to give people automated tickets, that we should get rid of the police.
Well, there was that.
mean-
I completely agree with that.
I
think
mean,
that
I'm
we
sorry, we
should
don't
have
need
gotten-
them. If we're going to automate crime, then we should cut down on the crime force, that because they have nothing to do but beat
You
up
know what I
defenseless
like?
people.
You know what I like is that everybody talked about how New York was going to become this communistic kind of endeavor after Mamdani became governor or whatever it is, mayor,
Yeah.
and now the crime's the lowest it's ever been. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, also, and he balanced the
insane.
budget and he did all these other things, but he had state help. And it's like, that's what a mayor does, you dumbass.
Yeah, I don't
They
really understand
they don't
that.
do it from the money that they pull out of their pocket, but we'll get into politics and it'll be a swirl into hell because people believe half or they believe the other half or the third or the quarter that in this,
Well, I think
that,
it's
and
so
that.
funny because it's just a disguise. It's all a disguise for a top-down issue. It always
Yeah.
has been, where you
Yeah.
have these elite at the top and they want you at the bottom arguing Democrat or Republican when titles don't really matter. They don't really matter at all because
Who was
everybody's trying to fuck you anyway. So
who
I
was
don't
it's
really.
the really large comic?
Oh, South Park. Yeah,
No, comic.
comic.
He did a bit on that, and he said it's not about black and white. I grew up in Arkansas. Uh, uh, we didn't see black and white. We saw rich and poor,
Hmm.
and we were some broke ass motherfuckers, And you're like,
Wow, interesting.
I didn't in my trailer park. Everybody was the same.
Hmm.
But it's funny and we grew up in Woodbridge, and we were very attuned to what people in our little neighborhood had that we didn't. In our own little group of poverty. We were middle class, lower middle class, something like that, but we lived indoors and we had food and health care and all that kind of stuff like that. But if you had the latest Johnny Rockets or whatever, Converse tennis shoes or Levi's or whatever, we always had Jeepers and Toughskins.
What was the thing that I saw recently? It was Republicans are racist but secretly gay, and then Democrats are gay but secretly racist. I thought that was great. I thought that was hilarious
Okay, that's
because it's kind of true. It's
yeah.
kind of true.
Well, I think that if you look at any generalization, there's
Yeah.
they're generalizing 5% of the population and they're ascribing those motives to the whole source. I'm a firm believer that when we do these vast comparisons of people that we're marginalizing probably 60 or 70% of the people we're actually saying. It's like when you look at Jewish people or black people or white people or old white people or old white women, and you say, oh, old women do this, and you're like, nah, there's a portion, but there's a whole lot of them that don't, so it's like I just it's a difference, but what kind of stuff do you I mean, I look at your Squidward. When did you get that? It's on the back wall.
Ah, God, 4 or 5 months ago, something like
Oh,
that.
okay. So it's in the past months. It's not years. Do you have anything in there?
No.
What's that watch that you have on the wall? Oh, that's the oldest thing you have in there.
That's probably the oldest thing I have in there.
I
That's
got that.
That's
in,
actually my prized possession, other than the lighter. I
We
can't
got
really
that
think of anything else
in
that matters.
2001,
Yeah,
2000.
probably
When the hell were you born? 99.
something like that.
So we got that in
Yeah.
99. That's when we got that because we went down to Zibicheski or whatever the guy that paints those things,
Yeah.
the Polish guy, and I had seen his artwork. We did a thing on art, and I've talked about it, but he gave us that as a gift when I bought one of the big paintings, and he said it was for the kid in your belly, and he said that to Valerie, who was your mother. At least I'm pretty sure
She
is.
was my mother, yes,
Yeah, she
This is
still
true.
is, for the most part.
for the most part.
No, she's always going to be your mommy. Come on.
Yes, indeed.
And just whatever you do, don't call her Meemaw.
It's almost her birthday. Tomorrow is her birthday, actually.
Tomorrow is her birthday. Oh my
Tomorrow.
gosh. Tomorrow. Your
Tomorrow
favorite
is her
word.
birthday.
I mean, you had those words as a kid that just stuck with me. And I will say them to other people and they will look at me like, that's that word that you can't say, retarded. What's the mentally challenged? There you go. They will look at me like I'm deficient, which is probably pretty close to
What
accurate
was
to a certain degree.
well, I'm trying to think about the stuff that I have. I remember thinking that I was going to look back at my artwork or something and use it as inspiration. And then I think like
Yeah.
2 times before I went home, like, when have you ever done that in your entire life? And then I said, I have never done that in my entire life. And I'm like, do I really want to remember the time I learned fractions? Not really. And then I
No,
threw all that stuff away because I was like,
books.
and you know what? This is the first time that I've thought about it since I've thrown it away. So I don't really care.
I have
Like I
college
really
books.
don't.
I had college books. Your mother had all these law books, and I had securities, financial securities, pricing securities.
Hmm.
Graham Dodd, it's a really famous finance guy book that I took a class in my last year at Old Dominion, and 400 level series. Ooh. Anyway, uh, very, very intricate financial modeling for how to price securities and what they're worth and the valuation, all this other kind of happy horse shit that they taught you. I had an international finance book, which is about looking at currencies and how do you trade forward and backward and all this other kind of happy horse shit, which I don't remember. I couldn't do that for naught. Now, I would have to trust some algorithm when I punched it in now, but I never used any of that stuff. The law books, none of it. Never. I know people that have like medicine books, which, now it's all online. And instead of going to the chapter, reading down the chapter and going, oh, was it under, you know, rashes? And then going to that chapter and then, oh, that chapter's 140 pages long and going to page 71. And then instead of that, you could just type in, I have a rash on my ass, and it's red. And then boom, it'll come out and give you 20 things. WebMD will do exactly that. It's not by any means a replacement for a doctor. None, none. Please don't accept
Those
that
things
as
always tell you have cancer. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is that every single symptom that you have, uh, some of them apply to 700 different things. So the key is to narrow it down to what your thing is. And it's like hey, so they're always trying to figure that. That's the key to being a smart person and looking at someone and saying, "Hey, I have this blah blah blah," and it's like, "Well, where did you travel recently? What did you do? Who did you associate with? Do you go in the how? What's your backyard? Do you live in the woods? Do you live, you're like, yeah, 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 and then you can narrow down where or how or
Time I drove down to what was it, King's Dominion on the first Juneteenth ever. Everybody had the same idea, and it took me
oh,
6 hours. That was the worst day of my life. Yep, that
and
was
it's a 2 hour ride normally.
not even. It's like I think an hour and a
Yeah.
half. Yeah.
What is it, 90 miles
Uh, Less than
from here?
that. I don't know.
Less than
I
that.
think it's
Yeah.
less than that. Yeah,
King's Dominion.
because
Oh
it's
my
not even
gosh.
like
I
Norfolk
would have
proper.
just pulled over on the side of my road and just hung myself.
No, I wanted to because
Yeah.
somebody didn't drive,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
just a heinous experience.
Yeah.
Heinous
Yeah, yeah.
experience.
And I think the thing is that people that didn't drive don't understand because they don't understand the
Yeah.
the added pressure and stuff. I mean,
Oh,
it's
I completely
funny.
agree.
It's the funny thing that I notice now is that when I go downtown, I Uber almost exclusively. And the last time we went downtown, because your mother was like, "Well, we can find parking. We're gonna have plenty of time." And we went down there, and the garage was full, and the streets were full. And then we went to another garage, and it was full. And then we went to a third garage.
Oh my
And each
gosh.
time,
Third garage, you're like, maybe we should just go home.
you're squabbling. No, we were going to meet people for a little dinner, so it isn't like we could just stand them up.
Mm.
But
Oh, you were meeting people. Okay, gotcha.
we left a half an hour, 45 minutes early,
Yeah.
so we would be there a half an hour early, and we walked in right on time. But it was the level of squabbling between your mother and I was just silly. And at the
Yeah.
end, it was like I said, "You don't." She said, "We don't need to drive anymore. We can take a taxi or a Uber or whatever the hell it is." And I was like, "Yes." So I went to a baseball game on Wednesday, Kansas City and the Nats. Kansas City, which sucks, killed them. They were just hitting home run after home run after home run. 6-2 was when we walked down on the game and said, "Forget it." I was having my little AFib thing saying, "Hey,
Oh, that's nice.
this sucks. I probably need some more alcohol." But I so we
In the
went home.
face of a heart attack,
In the face of a heart attack, what do you
still
do?
drink anyway.
I needed a cigar and
I think
a
that's
shot
funny.
of brown liquor. But no, I'm off brown liquor, at least.
Really, that's good.
Yeah, I haven't since, I don't think I've done this year.
Not even clear, too, right? Clear
No,
very rarely.
no, I
Yeah.
don't. I'm staying away from that. I'm a
Gosh.
wino and a beero, and I find that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And it's and usually it's only in social situations, so that works
Well,
very
that's
well
good.
for me, and I can gauge and I'm also, I think I'm outgoing enough and seemingly reasonably intelligent enough to be able to carry on a conversation with
Reasonably
people
intelligent.
without having to drink a loosener. You know,
Yeah.
when I first started in business, I didn't have that capability to walk into a room full of people I didn't know and just walk up and say, "Hi, my name is Phil Brown. How are
Yeah,
you?"
that
You know,
sucks. Yeah, that
that's
sucks.
very, very hard. That's a hard skill. And then
Yeah.
to be rejected
Oh yeah.
10 times in a row. And it's
That,
kind of like dating at a bar, It's like,
I will
"Yo, baby, how you
say
going?"
that I've gotten better at the rejection, but it still sucks. Like, oh my, I don't think it's
I don't.
never not gonna suck, you know?
Oh,
Like, I
it
don't think
does.
it's
It
never,
doesn't. It
because I
doesn't. You just let
remember
it.
at American Film Market last year, I went
Yeah.
to 15 animated production companies, and I was like this, and 15 times I was told, we don't do 2D animation. We don't do 2D animation. We don't do 2D
Mhm.
animation. And then I went to an additional 30 companies for post production funding when all of them said, no, there's no way we're doing that. There's no way we're doing that. So I guess I'm going to do it myself, and everybody's going to rue the day that they never funded this, you
Right.
know?
Well, you're going to see that they
Well, we already
lost
have potential
opportunity.
buyers too. It's interesting because a lot of them, three of the 30 said that they're interested in taking it further. Three of which are actual major production companies, which is pretty great. Not these kind of
Mhm.
subgenre B list. It's kind of interesting what the straight to DVD market became after DVDs no longer became something, because it
Yeah.
kind of went to these like sub standard streaming platforms that nobody really knows about, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, like there's a couple of production companies that I was talking with. They're
Well,
like,
when
we make movies for $20,000. I'm like, how do you even do that? Like, how is that even possible? That's
they
crazy.
don't pay anybody.
Yeah, that.
A lot of people do work for free, and the idea that they're going to get something out of their name being on it.
Hmm.
Like you said, I'm executive producing this. Well, why? Well, because then people will see my name there, and then I can get work from that. And that's what they're hoping for, is to get paid work by doing free work.
My question though is a
It's
lot
the
of them.
internship at all these different places, and usually it's pretty much for people that already have enough money to survive. And a lot of people out there that don't have enough money to survive have to work in Walmart in the off hours so they can afford it, or they have to work at what the hell is that place called?
Well, I'd love to know what the
Where do you work
distribution,
at? Cisco?
what the distribution workflow looks like, because they're
Yeah,
distributing like these D-list movies. And I'm like, what? How are you making money back on this? Well, the distribution deals themselves could be very aggressive, where it's like
yeah.
you sign a contract, you don't read it properly, you have to affront or pay back the money that they spent on the distribution to begin with, and it's
That's
crazy.
called,
It's
yeah, they do that with advances in books. When I tell you that, hey, you wrote a bestseller, so I'm going to give you a $2 million advance. And people are like, wow, you got a $2 million advance. It's like, you realize that if he doesn't sell $2 million worth of books,
exactly.
he's going to have to pay that back.
Well,
And
that
it's
was like
not
this
just
whole
2 million. If he
story.
gets 2 million, he's got to sell like 20 million worth of books. So it's all it is living money, because so often what you do in your industry in particular, uh, you're getting paid now for what you're to produce in the future, which is a scary thing to do. I mean,
Oh
I've
yeah,
always been weird about that,
you have to think about it in a 10-year stretch. You can't think about it in
Yeah,
year to year.
yeah.
There's no way that you can think about
Well,
it like that.
and you learn that. You didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
going in. You're basically, you're running into this, and it's just like the same way we ran it when we ran into online stuff, and we had these this group of guys that were going to design this product for us when we were a paper-based company and we wanted to go online, and we've been making a lot of money. We had, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to have this new Edgar information is going to be streaming live financial statements and filings that are going to be coming through, and you can hook up to it and see it like a ticker. We were like, well, we deal with law firms and they want to search. No, 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 that's not going to work.
Well, I would
What's it going
say
to cost? $450,000.
that there's a lot of people that are self-important losers in this game as well.
Yeah, all
which
those
is
people
very
are-
important to realize, and that a lot of people are cappers and
Yeah.
claim that they have all of this kind of access to these things. I'm like, then why are you at my level if you're so important? And they can never answer that question.
I think they collect too much stuff, don't you?
I think so. I think that.
Yeah.
That
You
definitely.
think about stuff. What else do I have? What do I have in the yard? I mean, I just got rid of my wheelbarrow and I got another wheelbarrow.
I remember
we
I
have-
collected dip cans for a while for one summer.
That was disgusting.
That I think I had like like
Yeah.
maybe over 200. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
A lot
That
of
was
dip that
we had a
summer.
special trash pickup for that,
That was
you know,
great.
and then
That was a lot of dip cans, wasn't it?
it was nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about all the collector things. I did that in college. I collected empty beer cans in my room, and I was in a real small little room, maybe 10 by 10 tops, with a slanted ceiling, so you could only stand in half the room. But it was $100 a month. I mean, think about my rent at $100 a month, and it didn't include utilities. But
Yeah.
$100 a month for a room was just nothing. I mean, I could make that during the summer and do it, but the stuff I collected then, I still have I have a little koala bear that I used to, it's like, it snaps onto your finger like this. And I've had that for like 50 years. I got it at college and I kept it. I also have my first pot that I threw, not the pot that I smoked, the pot that I threw is this perfect, and it's perfect. I mean, I would say that the glaze is shitty, but it's okay. But the
I
pot is
vaguely remember what you're talking
it's
about.
perfectly
Yeah, I've seen it.
symmetrical, and I still use it, and it's something that means something to me. If that broke, I would feel bad.
I saw
Uh,
the thing that you hand built, which is like the giant black piece of clay with the holes in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it has like it looks like almost like a satanic ritual.
It's a volcano.
Oh, that's
with,
what it is.
with lava coming off the top, and it also holds
Oh,
a
is that what it-
candle.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, something to that effect. And then, or did I steal it? I don't remember. Anyway,
I always thought that was the weirdest looking thing.
but there was a bunch of things like that that were made really weird, where you could pull off the bottom, and there was like a a cavern for water, and you could make it into a bong. And that was the
Oh.
whole. Yeah, and I didn't I didn't get the tubes right and all this kind of stuff, so
That'll do
it,
it.
it didn't work out.
Well, I
And
remember the kids in my high school would snort the clay
Yeah.
and did not know what silicosis was, and the teacher got really mad at him. It was
Why
so
would you
funny.
snort that?
I don't know, just being like annoying towards the teacher.
I mean, in first grade, we ate crayons and those number two, the
But
big
these are high
fat
schoolers.
pencils.
Yep.
This is 6 years old.
Yeah.
But snorting clay,
Yeah,
my God, and they were rich kids too. You'd think they could afford some decent coke.
really dumb. Well, they did it like as a joke or something.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
silicosis is a real thing.
Well, I did that. I did it as a joke when I did the Freon. That was whoa.
Well, I remember we used to throw the clay from across the room at this one kid that would try to throw something on the wheel every time.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we did this. It was so funny. And we
You were
would literally
dicks.
be all the way across the room, throw the clay, it would destroy whatever he had.
Yeah.
on the thing.
Well, the thing is, it takes concentration. And you got to have steady hands, and if someone distracts you, it can mess it up.
Well,
I
that
have
happened to me too. They used to throw the clay at me and destroy my pieces too. So I was like,
I love.
I didn't really
We had
care, though.
spit wads. Spit wads were the biggest thing in the world for us. Up in like seventh grade, I remember was like the height of spit watery, and you would get a bunch of paper, usually your homework from yesterday that was graded that came back. You chew up the whole like spiral bound into your mouth. You get a chaw, you get it together, and it'd be all chopped up, nice and slimy. And then you'd be on one end of the classroom, and you just throw it up in the air to the other side, and you hear a splat. And the teacher would like, and you wait till she was looking at the board, writing on he or she, whatever, were writing on the board. And then they turn around, and then they'd look at me, Alverson. There's like 3 or 4 of us. What did you guys do? I mean, there was never like nobody else could have done it, but it was only us. And then we had
Hmm.
people brought in the big squirt guns, like the giant squirt guns, and they bring them in under their army jackets because it was cool to have army jackets when in junior high and high school, and they'd pull them out and squirt all across the room and just soak people, and you'd be like, all right, all right, all right. And then you wait till you go outside and you grab his head and stuff it in the toilet or whatever,
I
payback's a
remember we
bitch.
used to have the sleds, the first sled I ever rode on, and then you threw it away because you said no more memories for you. Every
Yep.
time I come home, you're like, what is the thing that defines? I think that's the point of this whole episode is you want to know what is most important to me so you can throw it away.
Right, exactly.
That's
I mean, your mother has a case, a literal Footlocker case of
oh
stuff
yeah,
like
a memory chest is what it's called.
Your first Cub Scout hat, your all your pins and all your buttons with all the little things that you earn. You didn't earn the religious one, you horrible child, you. And
Was that a
which
thing?
yes, that was the thing
Oh,
that bothered me because as a scout, I was an assistant scoutmaster. I was an assistant everything, but I had to. You were required to move to up to the next stage to go and do a religious thing, and we were like,
like get
"What the
baptized or what? Or
fuck?"
just go to a church?
I just signed it, put it in, didn't care,
Hmm.
said no. I cheated and lied on that, and it still sticks with me now
Well, it's a Christian
because I was like,
organization, so I mean,
well, what I wanted was you had camaraderie. You had the ability to go out and we camped and you hung out with a bunch of kids that were reasonably decent and their parents were, you know, they were not predominantly assholes. So, and I think they felt the same about us is
yeah.
that, and I was unemployed, so I had to do.
Well, it's a Christian organization, so that's probably why it
Yeah, I
was
didn't.
there.
I did not realize that it was that religious because when I was growing up, my brothers went into it, and all they did was camp, uh,
Yeah.
light off fireworks, make homemade fireworks, and blow them up. They would eat incredible food. They'd be filthy pigs for 4 or 5 days, and then come back, and they were just like when you see people come back from war and they got dirt on their head and their
Oh
cheeks and
yeah.
everything, and you're like, holy crap, and they smelled. And for in my neighborhood, in my net, and that class of whatever level we were, for you to notice that somebody else smelled, they had to be really filthy
Yeah,
because everybody smelled a little bit
that's true.
until we all got to be, I think, 13, and we got Old Spice, and then everybody smelled the same. Oh God, it was nasty. I smell it now, and I'm like, oh, it's like FedEx driver and UPS driver. They wear more cologne than God. Just you're supposed to spray it and walk into it. They just like drink it.
Or deodorant. Use deodorant.
Yeah. And just that it's cologne, Well, that's it. It smells like cologne. Leave it alone, Yeah, that's what we say.
Oh,
But yeah, when I think what other stuff, when you think, I'm trying to think of the things that are important to me. And for me, stuff more today is things that I've started that have grown, like plants and trees. The trees to me are really, really important because it's something that I did something 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I mean, I've been in this house for almost 30 years since 98. So 26, 27, 20, 28 years. And there are trees that I planted within 2 years that are now 30 feet high. And it's to me, it's like that that's important to me. I can't take that with me, but to me, it's like a really, really cool thing. I have like just all sorts of things like that are living things, that are different. As far as objects, I mean, I don't take my car. I don't care. I mean, I remember when I had the Boxster. I really liked it. It was really cool. I bought it in 96, I think, when the Boxster first came out, or 97, one of the years. Is the very first year I got it when there was only 200 in the or there's 1,000 in the US, and I got one early. And it was silver, like the James Bond, all that kind of stuff like that. And I'd be driving and stopping at a stoplight. And I remember because we lived over at Pomeroy Drive, and people got out of their car and at a stoplight and came over and said, "What is that? Where did you get that? Would you sell that?" And they asked me on the street, and I had that like, wow. I mean, it was just a wickedly cool car, and it was like 50 grand. So that item I really, really liked. Now, 2 weeks after I had it, we go over to your brother-in-law's, over to Bert's house, and we pull into a parking lot in Safeway, and we go in and get some beer, whatever stuff that we're taking over to them. We get in, we go back over to his house, and he comes out, and on the passenger side, somebody had run into me, and they dented it all the way in. And he looks at the car and he's going, "This is the coolest car I've ever seen." He walks around to the side, he stops, and his voice cracks. He goes, "Oh my God. Oh my God." And he was like, I thought he was going to cry. And I was just like, he was just visibly wiped out because and I was like, whatever. Who fucking cares? It's a car.
Get it pulled out, who cares?
Yeah. It's weird when you have items that you think, I think in the house right now, there is a couch in the office that was my great grandmother's couch that I had Mama Grace. So that would be my great grandmother. My
Is that the
mother's
Tiger couch? Is that the same
Yes,
thing?
that's the Tiger couch.
I did
We had
not
it
know
redone.
that. That's
That
funny.
is something that matters to me, but only because I mean, if you took it and burned it tomorrow, I mean, if you did it maliciously, I would feel bad. But if something happened, like the house
Mhm.
burned down or something, I mean, I wouldn't, whatever. Because I get less and less care about things, and I care more about things that matter. And most of the things that matter to me, actually, all the things that matter to me are living, not items that I can touch. Whether it's a gold tchotchke or I mean, the maker's mark that's in those bottles that
Yeah.
represents a time and a place that I was with someone, and that is very important to me to keep that bottle sealed until I'm dead, and hopefully you guys will be drinking those at my funeral,
I'm trying to be
or I'll
low
be drink.
impact too since I moved out here because I don't
You
want
what?
to low impact because I don't want to accumulate like thousands of things and then I have to
Yeah.
deal with it moving again or or wherever it's going to go.
Well, you keep things that are important. You know,
Yeah. And you
you
got
got a
like
pair of
three
gloves.
pieces
You
of
have
furniture.
something that reminds you and makes you feel human, makes you feel good, makes other people feel good. Things that you do. Uh, uh, you know, I mean, for me, my as far as things that I care about, irrespective of family, is my dogs. And they're, as much as I hate them, I love them.
So,
you
yippee.
know, it's the parents that, I mean, I feel that the way about my dogs is the way I feel about you when you were a little kid. And you ran, and you would go hiding in a department store and we couldn't find you. And I literally in my mind wanted to kill you physically when I caught you.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't, but because of what you did and what you made me feel. But, the whole idea that you're gone. I mean, that was the stress level. And then when you came back, I was like, yeah, whatever. You're a fucking kid. That's what you guys do. You're all animals. That's why when people say, "Oh, so and so's mean or this or that," I'm like, "What'd you do to set him off?" "Oh, he didn't get set off. What happened? Did he eat yet?" It's always like some arbitrary thing that you forgot to do and then occasionally there is the psycho. We had psychos when I was growing up too. They may not have had enough stuff. You're over there yawning, man. You're barely, we got this up this morning. I know that you just got back from here. You were here on Monday,
Hmm.
and now it's Friday. Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. That's another thing when you retire, you don't know what day it is. I think that adds to my Alzheimer's. That's why you got
Hmm.
to do this every day to see that you can do it. Anyway, when I think about other stuff that's important to me, it would be things that is important to other people, you know.
I just think about Cube Smart. I think about Cube Smart, and
What's that?
U-Haul. and the whole market around hoarding in this American culture that we have. I don't even
Yeah.
think in Europe that storage like this is really that big of a deal. Like you'll
Yeah.
drive
Self-storage.
through Midwest and you'll see more storage units than like strip malls. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Same thing with Oregon. Oregon has a ton. Well, Oregon's GDP is based on antique stores, and I have a firm belief in this. And the fact that you want to collect everything and hold on to everything is so interesting. I don't
I
know.
think if you built it, then I would say,
That's
yeah, that
different.
makes a lot of
That's
sense to me.
different if you're a woodworker or something. Yeah.
But if you didn't make it, and if you bought it, then it's like, yeah, that's cool. But
Well,
you
here's
know,
granddad's shoelaces, and it's like I don't, you
well,
know,
your grandfather died, and he had all
yeah,
those things, and it was belt buckle. You have his belt buckle, don't you?
it's somewhere in here. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but is that? I mean, it's sort of like
I don't know.
it's nice, but if you couldn't find it, you wouldn't have any like weird, what do you call it? You wouldn't have any problems, would you?
Not really. I wouldn't say it's a really nice belt buckle. I will say that. But the
Yeah,
thing about the belt buckle in this belt that it goes on is the belt buckle falls off all the time, and I don't really get it. You know?
then it's worthless.
Yeah.
Throw it in the trash. Fuck it.
It like fits, and then like when you go, because it's like it has this clasp like this,
Yeah,
and then you slide it because it has two prongs over the sides like
yeah.
this. But then like sometimes this shrinks and then it falls off. And
Sad.
it's annoying. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know
Wow,
where that is actually, funny enough. But no, I bought
garbage.
all my furniture from Home Depot on a $200 bundle where it was like a TV
Yeah,
stand, a really
yeah. I
nice
had a couch and other stuff like
and
that,
the
and
couch and then the coffee table for like I
yeah, I had a
think
couch. I had a
300
bed. I had all
total.
this stuff, and I was like, I don't want that. I'm gonna throw it away. It's just
No.
like I don't need it. It's all gone.
Well, that's what I was
You
thinking
know?
about. I was like, if I move tomorrow, I don't really care. I list it all on Facebook Marketplace, call it a day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other than like the very few things.
Well, that was the cool thing about the beach house because we in 2010 we built a house. We didn't build it. We hired somebody to build it in Rehoboth Beach, and we had it for 10 years, and then we sold it. But we
Mhm.
built it from scratch. And your mother and I was a path to build something together, and it was a beautiful experience. The and and I miss it. I miss that object because that object was uh, uh, it's an intertwining of our relationship and through the years how we've done things and we've been because we went to Rehoboth Beach every year that we since we've known each other. We dated and go there. So it was this big thing, and then we had a house there. So then we went much more. But every year we would go and hang out, and we built this house, and that was a big thing. But when we left, we sold. I mean, we designed the house, we designed the furniture that went in the house for that house.
Yeah, the feng
And we
shui
had
was
all
great. It really
and
worked.
all this stuff was all pre-set and physically designed for that place and the where it went in the room and all that kind of happy horseshit. So when it was like when we left, I mean, we left 4 or 5 bicycles up there. We left all these. We gave
Yeah.
them everything, and they're
I
like,
thought that was
sure.
weird that you gave them all the furniture because the
No, we
furniture
did
that
not give them. We sold them the furniture. They wanted the furniture,
yeah.
and we sold it because that's what made
I
it
still
go
think it was
over.
weird though, because I was like, why would you sell them the furniture when this furniture is nicer than the stuff we have at home? I would have
Yeah,
replaced everything that we had at home, but that's just me. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is it was orange, and our color scheme at home is not orange.
Eh, I
That's
don't
it.
know.
So we would have had to repaint, and then the links of those, like the three stools
Oh, you're
across
right.
the three
Yeah.
schools across the bar. You may not have known this, but the seats were purple, and that purple matched the pillows on the couches.
Well, the
Did
couch
you know
too
that?
is too long. That couch is really, really
Oh
long.
no, it's perfect. It was a
Well,
it
it's
was
too
a
long for the TV room at
it
that
was a
house.
one piece lay down go to
That
everybody loved
that
it.
was a nice couch. I'm not saying that it was nice. I'm saying it
Yeah.
wouldn't fit in your other
Yeah.
house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit properly.
We ended up getting one for here, so that's that long. That's a single
Oh, in the living
single
room, not in the
cushion.
TV
Yeah.
room, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
No,
point.
no,
Yeah,
no. It wouldn't have worked at all in the
yeah,
TV
the
room.
TV.
We still
That's what I
have
was
that thing
thinking.
that we bought. from Mobley, and oh my God, that is like a $14,000 couch that we bought
That's crazy.
in 2001. And here it is 26 years, 25 years later. And it's still, I mean, it's like the Jetsons. We had Jetsons furniture in there. We have a Jetsons wall unit. It's everything
Yeah, the
spacey
green
and
couch is
cool.
the most uncomfortable couch I've ever sat on
It
in my
sucks
life.
complete ass.
Oh
And
my
we
God.
should have got rid of it 30 years ago, 5 years before we bought it. But it is the coolest looking couch. And everybody remembers the couch probably because it is so painful to sit on and sleep on.
It's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the
But we
worst.
don't care because we sit in our own chairs and look at you in pain and say, yes, you came to visit us. You deserve to
And then
suffer.
the love sack. We had the love sack for a while.
That was so disgusting. At the
Where
end.
everybody slept on that. Yeah.
And vomited on it.
There's probably mold
Remember we
inside
had
of it
the
too.
the triple vomit that night?
Oh, triple. Oh, was it
Or-
from the same person?
Yeah, it was a double.
Oh,
I think it was
okay,
a double.
yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
a double. It
It
wasn't a
was a
triple.
double. Yeah.
I got him off and then he booted again. So yeah, that was and cleaning up was just so much fun, you know.
Yep. Yeah, that was great for me
But your mother took
That's
that
nice.
apart
watching that.
with help of the neighbor to put it in the back of the Subaru. And
You take it to the dump, right?
yeah, it took it right to the dump. It was bad.
You
It
should
was
try to sell it on Craigslist.
Yeah, I mean, wow. You could have had some of the DNA that was on that was like from everywhere. It was just like, whoa.
Well, I remember we had like one time like a 25-person sleepover. And like
And
you remember
19 of
that?
you slept on that.
Yeah, there was like 3 people on that. There's a bunch of people on the floor.
You would
There
get
was-
5 on there in the max when you were
Oh, yeah.
smaller. And then as you get bigger and bigger, it got harder because you had to lay on each other. And then there was
Yeah.
always this groaning that, Bobby's tissue needs in my mouth, and we would just shut the door.
Yeah,
we were
I
lovely
remember
parents.
those sleepovers when I was like 18, 19 were so funny. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
God. Throw a bottle of bourbon in there and leave.
Yeah, we would have
Then we hear you.
great parties. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I remember the amount of smoke that used to be in the garage was crazy.
God.
Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't even see going in there.
I had the smoke ender that just sort of said, "Why are you doing this to me?"
I think we broke it. Yeah.
Got rid of it, painted it. I mean, that's probably one of the great changes of my life is taking the smoke that we had a smoke filter, a huge giant commercial one in the garage to filter all the cigarette smoke and all the other weed smoke, cigar smoke, all that shit out. And in reality, it worked well, but we were bad consumers.
Did we ever
So,
change the filter like once?
yeah, I changed it, washed it. It was washable, serviceable, all that kind of stuff.
Did you
Didn't
change
matter.
it how many times?
When it turned black.
Oh, okay. So like
It was
3
metal,
times.
so you take it out and spray it off and put
Uh.
it back. It was kind of like a rack that like grease
Interesting.
racks that are over kitchens, over the cooks, But anyway, took it out, made it into a gem, and it's been probably one of the most healthy things I've done.
I'm shocked it
Uh,
doesn't smell like smoke in there. I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Well, that's Wow Paints. Wow. They
They
did a Wow.
sold their house. They're gone.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to do our, what is
Where
it?
did he move to?
I think he's in DC. Is she still there?
No, they sold that house.
I think
It's up for,
they
sale.
did the split.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that's what the whole thing is. It's sad, kids, dog.
Oh, they had
You know.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Life
I'm-
break goes on.
What was
What?
the kid an adult now or what?
No, they had like 19 kids. I don't remember. I don't remember if they had any kids. I have no idea. I remember they had a dog named Rosie. That's what I remember.
Oh, really? How much?
And
What
used
do
to-
we have for time on this? Do you know, Mr. Time?
Oh, we're over an hour. We're
All right.
fine.
Well, thank you guys for listening. As always, go check
Okay.
out the website. Yeah. You got
If you
anything?
could keep only one thing going on that you want in the coffin when you die, what would it be?
That's a great question. That's a
Okay.
really good question.
Come on, think about it. I can tell you.
Light in August by William Faulkner. Put that in there.
You want what?
A book. Put that book in there.
It's something by William Faulkner.
Light in August by William Faulkner.
Oh
Put that in
my
there.
gosh.
Good book.
Okay. I want a my 357. I want
In case you're getting sent to hell.
I want photos, family photos, the ones that we
I
took
thought it was
out
one thing.
front.
This is multiple things.
It's just a few things. And I
You said one thing though.
I want a family picture of me and you and Hepzibah. That's what I want. Those are the things that, and I have the gun to protect it, and I have that, and then maybe the bottle of bourbon for Killy. You guys can drink the bottle for Machu Picchu. You put the bottle for Killy in with me because I want to give people a reason to dig me up. Or if you dig up a coffin in your grave robber, oh my God, a bottle of bourbon. This is great. That kind of stuff. But other than that, I don't really have any. I used to have a silver dollar that I had that my grandfather gave me in the late 70s. But that's one of the many things that have been stolen is gone.
Thieves. There
yeah.
are thieves out there, aren't there?
Yeah.
All right.
So
we'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Hang on to your stuff because stuff is important.
It sure
but,
is.
But live stuff is the most important.
Yes.